Hey Dean, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a place you could go where all these gamers would gather and play games?
You mean like GenCon?
No, look. Or how about a place where they had all the vendors for the major tabletop RPGs there in one place where you could go and purchase their products, even independent games?
You mean like GenCon?
Nah. How about a place, right, where they would have panels of game designers and actual play podcasts and Twitch streamers, and you could go listen to, like how they run games, their thoughts behind designing their games and stuff like that. Wouldn't that be cool?
You mean like GenCon?
Or how about a place where, Monty Cook Games could have a, after night event where everyone could come and have drinks with them and, discuss how great their products is. Wouldn't that be awesome? I wish there was a place like that, right?
You mean like GenCon?
Ah, yes, Gen Con. Especially since I didn't get to go, we should really discuss it. So, here we go. Hey yo, it's your boy Ancient Albatross here again with the Cypher Unlimited crew. We have the usual suspects of AD and our Alpha Dean, or just simply Dean. We have Spigs18 or Anthony. And today we're here with our Gen Con recap. I say our, but I didn't really go, so we'll be hearing mostly from Dean and Anthony on this. But yeah, it sounded like it was a blast, guys. I really wish I could have gone.
It really was a good time. And
Yeah, we absolutely missed you. We had a blast. I had so much fun. I'm recovering from the con crud. Con crud's a real thing, guys.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to be safe
I
out
think
there.
we all got it because my wife is still sick. You can still hear it a little bit in my voice. Oh man. Rough.
But yeah, you basically get that from overexerting yourself doing fun stuff without sleeping much. So what did you guys do all Gen Con? Let's hear about it. What did you guys get into during Gen Con?
Oh man,
Or me,
yeah,
right?
we could both do, we did a ton of stuff, man. It was hilarious that the first day we got to the con, the lines were ridiculous. We got there Wednesday, and I had my badge, but Kenny, who came with us, the stranger on our server, I went with him Wednesday to pick up his badge, and it was like an hour wait, which is actually isn't that bad for Gen Con, I would guess. And Thursday, of course, Dean had his gambit of running a million games for MCU.
MCG.
I'm an MCG. I wish he was running for the Marvel Universe. That would
It would have been awesome.
totally unscripted.
There's not a plug to try to get endorsements. No. It was just a slip up.
That's
Wait.
the con crud kicking in there. Oh man, but we did so much. I went to several really cool panels. A lot. MCG's best game ever panel. That was awesome. I got to run some demos at the Monty Cook Games booth. That was awesome. And I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was meeting and hanging out with all our friends. That not only from the CU, but other people that I get to talk to online, and never get to hug in person. Only once a year at Gen Con, so I get my hug on. So that was all great. How about you, Dean?
Well, as Anthony said, yes, I did. I ran about 18 hours worth of games this year in 2 days, um, which was pretty cool. I wish I had had my voice in full. I was actually a guest member on Sean K. Reynolds' Instant Adventure panel, which was quite awesome.
I didn't hear about that. Oh shit.
Um,
Nah, it was really awesome. But first of all, I'm gonna say this: Dean owns me big time because hopefully we're gonna be able to get to put it on Cypher Limited YouTube channel. But I recorded the whole thing, and I
Oh.
didn't have a tripod. I was holding up an iPad for 2.5 hours.
Not even your phone, an iPad.
Yo, dude, when I tell you, I felt like I was doing. After the 2.5 hours, I felt like my shoulders.
It's like if I just held up this laptop the whole time. I'm recording this. Don't worry, guys.
I was in pain by the end of that thing.
no, but we're going to talk about that. We might even actually have to do a review video on that afterwards. But yeah, they had a
Wow, on my muscles, because I was like, oh.
No, I'm talking about the re-roll it, you jerk.
Uh, oh yeah, that was pretty funny too. Before they came out, Al, um, Sean K. Reynolds, who's doing the Instant Adventure panel, Jess Burster Hope was on it. Monica Marlowe from Marlowe House was on it. I
And Ray Voss, the editor for Monty Cook Games.
Yeah, he was the fourth. They were all the castmates and actors on the panel. But before he came out, he was like, we want one player to not be able to roll higher than a 15. And me being who I am, I volunteered Dean for that. So every time Dean rolled a 15 or higher, he had to re-roll it. It was hilarious.
Go re-roll that.
Designated low roller.
Oh, God. It was ridiculous.
Wait. So what was the point of having him be the low roller? Was there a specific reason for that, or
It was just the plot point. The whole thing, you know.
Oh, that's fun.
Every now and then he would let me keep a 20 if I got a, you know.
All right, there's at least that. There's at least that.
So that was payback for me holding the freaking iPad for 2.5 hours. It was so bad that the people behind me, I turned around and they were giving me that sad face, like, I know you were paid, dude. I was like, freaking Dean. And you know, I couldn't record it for 2.5 hours straight, so I had to stop it every 15 minutes, you know, so we could clip the videos.
Oh man.
So yeah, I was on that panel. You know, of course, running the adventures was awesome. Meeting so many people, and then one of the other cool points I have to say, and I think Anthony kind of missed it, but I think he felt the same thing. It was kind of cool having a little bit of celebrity. I mean, you know, people knew us, you know, and you know, to be mentioned at so many different panels by so many different people was pretty awesome, you know. And Darcy paid us a huge compliment. That panel she did. What was that panel, Anthony?
I think it was building a community.
Yeah, building a community. She was like, you know, she should have just had the CU up there because, you know, who better than to be an example of building community than us? So,
I mean, we don't do this for recognition, but it was cool that she shouted us out.
you know, none of this was ever done to be recognized, but the cool part is just that some people are like, hey, those guys are doing it right.
Yeah, and you guys had mentioned to me that someone, or I don't know how many people, probably maybe just the one, but they're like asked about me, like, oh, where's H&O or where's Al? Like
at the meet and greet, you got asked about it.
But that's kind of crazy. Like, I never expected to, like, again, as you've seen in our, like, little, like, what is it, intro trailer or whatever, we're just, like, regular dudes who like to play role-playing games. Like, I never expected to, like, have a sort of a positive impact on a whole subset of a community. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, some of the compliments that we were getting, you know, and like I said, people asking about you, and, I mean, those rule of lore guys almost brought tears to my eyes because they were like, you know, these are our mentors, these are our big brothers, and we're like, what did we do? So,
first of all, rule of law, they just awesome.
They are awesome community, you know, group of guys, and I think they're going to be doing big things out there. So, if you don't know who they are, find out. Check out the Rule of Lore guys. They are awesome.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be adding links for them down below, or you know, for anybody we mention here. You know, we actually, I don't know if you want to mention it now, but we'll have like a collection of these videos going out with different people talking about their experiences, so you can get, you know, a bunch of different perspectives on what people did during Gen Con, and yeah, that should be awesome to hear about. But now that we're like, you know, you talked about a little bit what you guys did. What was the most memorable things you guys did or got to witness?
Oh, you want to go first, Dane?
Yeah, I think my most memorable moment really probably was being on the Instant Adventure panel. That was
You did awesome, by the way.
that was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it was. I was jealous. I was like, oh, why could I be there? And
Um,
Sean said I'll be on next year, so I,
Oh,
I have something to look forward.
so yeah, that was pretty. That was a pretty memorable moment, and I have to shout out my other castmates on the panel because they made it that much easier.
Jess was hilarious.
Jess
First of
Bertha,
all,
who
oh my
played
god.
Poppy, my little sister, um, and then we had Serena, who was our smart explorer, who continually hailed Satan instead of Hydra, and there was nothing like my man Truck. You
Yeah.
It was just a great fun adventure. Um, Sean
I had
did
I
some.
have that whole panel. I mean, I have that whole adventure, like I said earlier. And as soon as Sean gives us the okay, and unless they put in some other social media where we won't post it up, but if they give us the okay, then we'll post it on the Cypher Unlimited Discord server and on our YouTube channel for everybody to see. It was a fun adventure.
all right. But what about you, Anthony? What was your most memorable thing that happened?
Uh, Easily same as last year. It's the night with Minor Cook Games. It's like the one time that not only all the guys from the CU that are there, all the members from the CU get to sit and have drinks, but the entire MCG team is they just phenomenal human beings, and they so relaxed and so embracing.
Personable.
Yeah, I got to joke with Shauna, joke with Sean, Darcy. Darcy's person, and not only that, I got to sit with all these other content creators and get great advice. Andrew and Monica. I sat with them for like 40 minutes, and they were dropping jewels and gems. I learned so much from them. Gonza, Chris from Gonza Gaming. There's so many people that I got to sit down and just discuss Cypher System, Monica game products, and just basically checking on each other. It's like little family, and I think that's my favorite event every year. Rob and Shaw for Irregardless, who did our logos. We got to hang out with them. There was just so many cool people at that event.
And then like to get to meet some of those other people that you don't recognize, or you recognize their names but you don't necessarily know them. You know, to finally get to shake Grant Ellis's hand, get a
I
hug.
got the hug, Grant.
Wait,
Ellis.
you didn't meet Grant Ellis last Gen Con?
Nah, I didn't meet Grant Ellis last.
I'm the only one who did. I know I met him last because I said hello to him and shook his hand. What?
I talked to him through social media.
Yeah, so I just had to happen. I forget where I ran into him. I think it was at the meeting group. I don't remember.
And then we
also
met Sam Darcy. We met Sam Darcy, the artist. Another jewel.
the cast at Callisto 6.
Yeah, the cat Callisto 6 was there.
Yeah. You'll see videos from all these people soon.
Asher and Megan from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest not letdowns. I guess letdowns. I'm let down that I missed it. Like that's honestly like from being there last year. It was just so nice putting faces to names, shaking hands, giving hugs, all that all the exchanging of nice words and all that stuff. It was just so nice.
Yeah, I'm a social butterfly, so I could game anywhere, but it's those intimate, getting to hug people and I've been talking to you for the last year online, and now I get to actually, face to face, personal contact is, it's a beautiful thing to me.
Yeah, it is.
Those friendships that you build online and actually get to extend it to, a physical form. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna just say that the meet and greet was probably my favorite part of Gen Con for sure.
But yeah, as someone who has made a lot of friends online, not necessarily through the RPG community, just in general, and then meeting them in person it's a phenomenal feeling. And it's awesome that, conventions like Gen Con can make that happen. But
what I really think about meeting everybody is, you get a particular type of feeling when you meet them online and you converse and you find that you have like minds and, things in common or commonalities that you can. But to meet them in person, and to kind of like Anthony talks about, to embrace them and all of that. And I have to I really have to give a special shout out to Alex, um, from our server, Alex Wolf. Um, Genuine and loving and heartfelt and just absolutely unequivocally, hands down, one of the best people you ever want to meet. Gotta send her some love. Alex, thank you so much for just being you. You know,
I
and I'm
told I told Alex on Twitter I felt like I reunited with a family member that I hadn't seen in so long.
right.
I saw that. I saw that.
Like I said, I told her she was a sibling, the younger sibling I never knew I wanted. You know, and I'm also going to send another special shout out so he doesn't feel left out. But Kenny, you're a maniac. Stranger on our server, and if anybody who knows him, you know, anybody who knows Kenny, you're gonna either love him or hate him. Kenny kept us laughing.
First of all, Kenny was my roommate this year at Gen Con, and I still say he's the reason why I got the con crud. First of all, he was a phenomenal roommate. Like me and him, we didn't have a disagreement in the whole 5 days we were there. But dude, the dude wanted it at like 20 degrees in the hotel room, and I think that's why I had like 4 blankets and I was still freezing.
That's like me. I like it cold.
Yeah, I think that's why I got sick. The whole ride to Indianapolis, we drove, and I had the freaking air conditioning blaring, and I think it just wiped me out. But yeah,
Yeah,
so,
Kenny knows we love him. That's my brother right there.
yeah, Kenny, we love you.
You got me
Alex,
sick though. I'll get you back.
Alex, we love you, and just so everybody knows, Alex is awesome.
We also, I'll shout out some other. We also got to talk to Andrew Katie. We got to meet Brandon on the server. We got to hang out with Welkin. There was a lot of great people from the scene.
Oh, and Echelon, you did. We're gonna play some more GM.
Oh man, but with all the stuff that you guys got to do, all the fantastic people you got to meet, there is a multitude of even more events going on than what you guys saw. Is there anything that you guys feel like you really missed out on?
Oh man, I probably missed out on a lot. Every year, I always miss out on a lot. I didn't get to see all the MCG panels that I wanted to, and it's always, I think it's like a double-edged sword when you run games for MCG, that you don't necessarily get the chance to see all the panels that you want to, but then you do want to, you want to run the demos, you want to run the games, because you don't want, they put out such great product, and the adventures they write for Gen Con are top-notch. Castaway,
hands down,
best adventure I think in the last 2
Oh my god!
Gen Con, best written adventure.
I've done GenCon the last 3 years in a row. I run for MCG the last 3 years in a row, and hands down, Castaways, Charles Ryan, 2 thumbs up. Picture is brilliant.
Well, I do have a regret. Towards the end of Gen Con, right? MCG, there was a couple of GMs that backed out for whatever reason. I think one person was sick, another person never showed up. So there was a lot of extra slots open, and Bruce had a
Oh
jump
yeah, he GM'd the game with the Strange, right?
Oh man, I should have played that game. Oh,
Bruce played a game in the Strange, and Charles actually ran Castaways.
Yeah, I would have loved to play in either one of those games. So I think that was probably my biggest regret.
As far as a regret would be, or something I could see done differently, I would just wish I could schedule my games, my running, because I don't mind running, but I wish I could schedule them around being able to be at some of those panels, because a lot of times I end up filling in, in those crucial moments, because I missed like half of a night with MCG because I had to go run Castaways because somebody backed out at the last minute.
Ooh.
And the other thing I would change about Gen Con.
No, that's not what you changed, is what you missed.
Oh.
What you feel like you missed, yeah.
Yeah, those are the things I missed. Yeah.
I also too I think I missed like some of the night out. There was a Darcy Con night out with night out drinking with Darcy. I think it was either Saturday or Sunday. I missed that, and I kind of wish I would have went to that too because it was a whole bunch of cool people that I like to talk to went.
I just don't drink like that anymore.
Yeah, I think that I my stomach got a little bothered from the night with MCG, and I kind of didn't want any alcohol the rest of the convention.
Makes sense.
And I started getting a little bit of that con crud, and I didn't want to mix that with alcohol because normally I like to knock back a drink. But I don't know, for some reason this year I didn't feel like drinking that much.
I know you guys met a lot of people, but did you guys have any missed connections? People you wish you had? Well, I know you for sure certain have one.
Eric Frankhouse, dude, we were playing phone tag every day, and we never got to hook up. And I didn't even get. We have a video coming out with a hellos from, to everyone in the Cypher Unlimited community that was at GenCon. Just letting our server know that they love you and they want to say hi. And I was trying to hook up with Eric Frankhouse. I mean, literally Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was, where you at? Oh, I'm over here. Oh, maybe I'll meet you in an hour. I'm doing this. And, Eric's a busy guy.
Yes.
And, now he's promoting all the great stuff. He's, all the work he's doing with his photography. So I had I didn't want to interrupt it, but we never had that beer because we kept on saying we were going to have a beer together and it just never happened. So, Eric, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, dude, but we got to hook up.
And Eugene, anybody else?
You know what? It's always somebody. You know what? And for me, I can't even put a label or a name on it because, there are people that, you get a message from or you're sitting there, I want to meet everybody, so anybody who I missed in the throng of the thousands upon thousands of people that were there, I'm sorry. And you know what? Hopefully I catch you on the next go around.
I mean, I'm not sure if this number is accurate, but I heard there was 65,000 people there this year.
I think I saw something that said something higher than that, but yeah, it's craziness.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy number to begin with.
Yeah, definitely trying to hook up with that, like with that big of a crowd there, with that many things going on, can definitely be challenging. And on top of that, if I recall from last year, unless they fixed it, your cell service is absolute crap in most of like the indoor places, like inside the vendor hall, like walking around the exhibits, like
it was still crap, dude.
It was still bad, but they did do better.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi was better this year.
All right, there's that at least.
I'm not gonna lie. Saturday definitely felt like 65,000 people. It was hard to move through the vendor hall.
Oof.
And Kenny, I was waiting for Kenny outside by the food trucks, and he just happened to. He was like by the board game play area. I don't know what to call it. And the cosplay parade happened to start. He couldn't get through.
He couldn't just go past to the other across the aisle.
No, you couldn't because they
it's a literal parade.
They literally cut the convention center in half. Mm-hmm. I made it out of the convention center in the nick of time.
So that some people can get stuck in the convention center for the duration of the cosplay parade.
Unless you go backwards.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't necessarily the cosplay parade, but everyone that was watching it was blocking.
Oh yeah.
And they were refusing to get up, and it took them like 30 minutes. I wound up going to get something to eat, and we were still on Discord. He was like, "Dude, I can't get back." I was like, "Just go back and play a game."
Oh man, that's super funny. But now that you guys mentioned some this sounds kind of like an operational type maybe mishap where they didn't have the proper areas cordoned off or whatever have you, or corded off. So is there anything about Gen Con that you would like change or like to see done differently?
Absolutely. They need to fix will call.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. You know what? I understand y'all have got, they got that long booth and it's 10, 20 people. But even on Sunday, my wife and I ended up going all the way outside the building and halfway down the street. It took us an hour
on Sunday.
On Sunday, it still took an hour. There's a picture on Twitter of me and her standing in the line, and we were at the halfway point at that point.
That's craziness.
If you look at the back, look at the direction I took the picture in, that's the front of the line. It's like absolute insanity. I mean, I think they should have like 20 will call stations just for people to go to, located around the county. But
I also think that purchasing event tickets shouldn't be on, like, if you have it makes, right now the way it's situated, it makes no sense to pre-order event tickets because you have to wait on that will call line.
There's no digital printed, like,
you have to wait on that, which last year I didn't do that, and now I know why. I just, I ordered like $24 worth of event tickets. I already had my, but I still had to wait on the will call line to get my 24 event tickets. There should be like separate kiosks, like over, where you could just go and purchase event tickets.
Or you should be able, or even if you pre-order them, you should just be able to go to a machine and flash an ID or a code, and it'll print it out right there.
Yeah, just like, what is it, when you go to the movies, those automated things?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, I think that with the size of this con, I think they do a good job.
Oh, they do an excellent job. I mean,
but my biggest peeve is, for those that don't know me, I was a longshoreman for over 20-something years, so I've done a lot of show piers. What annoyed the hell out of me is in the vendors hall, you have the number of the booth, but the actual booth number is nowhere to be found at the booths. So if you have a number 1644, right, it's the 1600 hour, but there's no booth that shows 1644. So it's almost impossible to find the booth that you're looking for. And I look at something like Comic-Con, they have it on the floor, New York City Comic-Con, so you could physically see the booth numbers on the floor, so you could find the booth that you're looking for. How many times I was speaking to someone, where you at? Oh, I'm at the Independent Games booth. What number is it? It's 1255. You walking up and down the 1200, 1300 hour because there's no number showing you this is 1255. And that could be easily solved with a little tape number on the floor of every booth stating the number of the booth.
Right. So
New York Comic-Con has more than 65,000 people.
I guess for us is logistics. I was a supply man in the military. I dealt with 9 million lines of inventory. So same principle. There's always a way to designate those areas.
I mean, all they have are the overhead signs that are.
And the thing about it is only the bigger names have those.
Yeah.
You won't miss Monty Cook Games because they got that, huge thing with their artwork says Cypher System. No, thank you, Evil Numenera. Cypher. You can't miss their booth. You can't miss a Chessex booth because they got a big Chessex on their. But some of the smaller guys, the independent guys, the ones who can't afford a huge banner, get lost. And I think that they should also put down some traffic lanes, some for traffic management, because the dealer's room, you get jammed up in certain spots and you'll just stand there for 5 minutes.
Do you think that that GenCon is outgrowing Indianapolis? That conversation was happening a lot. I heard a lot of people talking about whether GenCon is outgrowing Indianapolis. I hope it doesn't, because I love the city of Indianapolis. They're so inviting, and I love that, that everything is so close to the convention center. There's food, there's restaurants, there's bars. But are they outgrowing the convention center?
Here's the deal. You got 100. What city is going to handle 165,000 people descending on them easily?
There's a lot of cities that could do that, dude. I live in one person.
What I'm saying is,
dude, Comic-Con, we do 90,000, dude.
No, dude, I get it. I live there. I mean, I've been there. I go there. I'm 6 hours away from you. My family lives there.
I'm pretty sure San Diego can handle it too.
No, San Diego. But as people who go to Comic-Con, you ask people who go to any of those big conventions like that, 160,000 non-residents descending on your city is going to cause some logistics issues, no matter what it is. No matter, yeah, New York City's got a great mass transit system and everything else, and you know, millions of people descend every day. But if you're talking about, just a specific thing, you got to have some. I think it's all about organization.
No, I'm not talking about the city itself because for the record, I just said that I hope Indianapolis could hold it, but I'm talking about the facility itself. Can the Indianapolis Convention Center withstand that amount of people? And because you're going to expect more vendors to want to show up. Just picture this. There really is no TSR. I mean, there really is no Wizard of the Coast presence at GenCon. Imagine if Wizard of the Coast descended with his 5e madness. They probably gonna have to take the whole football stadium by themselves.
I mean, I can see. I mean, you got to think about it. Think
I'm talking about actual facilities.
What I'm saying, look at the dealer's room, okay? And right next to the dealer's room is Hall D, that basically just holds a bunch of people gaming. If they needed to take a section of that, because there are times that I see Hall D, even with all the people there, where it's areas of it are Spartan. A lot of people are not using it. So Hall D could be expanded to make the dealer's room bigger if necessary. What you're talking about with the stadium, I go down to the stadium every time, and I love how they got all the tables and stuff set out across the field, but then they've got those little back areas, those rooms that they use that they turn into what is it, or perfect dungeon or whatever it is. There's a lot of space, and I just think it's all about logistics and planning. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that because of Gen Con what it is, they need better planners.
I mean, for what it's worth, I think they do a great job.
Yeah, they do an absolute great job for what they have.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want it to leave Indianapolis. I like the feel of the city. I like how everyone is so friendly and so welcoming to all the visitors, not only across the United States but across the world. I was talking to so many people from different. I spoke to this couple from Brazil. They were like the nicest couple you will ever meet. I was talking to a guy from Denmark. He was running the BattleTech demos, and he was the coolest guy. He was funny, and sorry, I can't remember your name, but you ran an awesome demo, BattleTech for me. I had a great time. So I think they do a good job. I do question whether City will withstand the bigger growth that Gen Con is getting bigger and bigger, but I hope that they can.
Well, they handled like 250,000 people in the 50th that I went to. So, and they did it pretty well. 250,000 people for the 50th Gen Con.
That's a lot of people. Yeah, that's a lot of freaking people. But now that we kind of touched on what Gen Con could possibly have in its future, maybe whether it be changing locations or whatever have you, but that kind of leads us into talking about the future of us, what we have going on in the future. Anthony, do you have some words on that?
Oh, absolutely. First off, we got to talk to a lot of people at Gen Con that we really respect and admire, and we value their opinions on things. So I got to sit down with a lot of people that gave us some positive feedback on what we're doing, not only on the Discord server, but on our YouTube channel. And so, I was just wondering, I want to ask our audience, we do a lot of interviews with content creators. We do a lot of editorial pieces. We want to do some more actual plays, but what exactly does everyone enjoy the most? And we'll steer our content in that direction. We always going to do interviews because I think that's what got us started doing this, because we love highlighting, people doing awesome stuff with Cypher System, and, that's never going to change. And me and Dean managed to, spread our wings, our little feelers out, and we just secured some pretty big interviews. I mean, some really big interviews. Hopefully, those things will pan out. We won't mention them now, but we have at least 4 or 5 that are pretty decently sized, and I think our audience will get excited about. And we'll start releasing them and start talking about them once we start. What is it? Crossing the T's and dotting the I's and getting secured. But it should be exciting to get those interviews on the way. But we just want to know from you guys, what do you want us to do? You want to see us run some more games? Perhaps I know it's no secret that we're working on our own game, and we actually ran the demo of our own game. We ran it twice, and we got some really good positive feedback. We also got some good advice and some good information on things we have to change. So we're probably going to make those changes, and moving forward, we're probably going to do some actual plays of GM Roulette again. And
changes.
Yeah, and we were really encouraged by the game sessions we did have of it, by the way.
Yeah, I heard everybody who played it had a great time. That even you heard people watching over your shoulder, watching you guys play. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, people watching us play. We actually had people playing other games, and and then they would go, I think I should be playing that. But yeah, it was.
That was very encouraging. Yeah.
It was an eye opener. It was encouraging. Only just to add to what Anthony is saying, please, people out there in the cyberverse, hit us back. Let us know what's going on. That's very important to us, because the biggest thing with Cypher Unlimited is we're an open arm community. We're not the end all be all. We couldn't be who we are without you, and we really, really want to hear from you, so we can continue to make this community everything you hoped it would be, the best community on the internet today.
Yeah, I mean, we want to hear all feedback, positive or negative.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And trust me, there's no shame in our games.
Yeah,
what's wrong, we want to know about it.
Exactly. You can't move forward when you're trying to craft something without critique.
Yep.
It just can't happen. But either way, though, this has been a fantastic recap. I'm glad I got to hear about some stuff I actually didn't hear about before from GenCon. It was nice. Look forward to hearing about GenCon from, I don't know the list, but maybe Anthony, you can say who else is going to be posting GenCon recap videos.
As far as I know, Ruler Lore, who we've interviewed here before, great guys. They're posting a recap video. I believe they were supposed to record it today, but a couple of them got hit by the Crud. I know that Monica and Andrew Marlowe are also posting a recap video. I'm not sure. I should have contacted them before we started shooting this video to find out when they were going to record. And I know Michael Hunt from Unmade Gaming also said he was going to record a recap video. So hopefully all those will be up by the time ours is up, and we'll post the links to their videos down below. I just want to say, anyone from the CU that I didn't get to hug and say hi to, I apologize, because I really wanted to hug everybody. So if I missed you, please. No, I wasn't ignoring you. I wanted to say hello, hi, and say hi to you. So hopefully I didn't miss anyone, but if I did, I apologize.
Same for me. Yeah, I lost phone time and video and pictures and everything else. So, but yeah, let's just keep it going, people. We love you out there.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Most definitely, my sentiment as well. Very unfortunate that I could not have made it this year for Gen Con. I definitely missed meeting everybody and, again, shaking people's hands, hugs, playing games, all that fun stuff, shooting the shit. But that's always next year, and I'm definitely gonna go next year. I'm gonna request off work immediately. I'm even though it's years and but excuse me, I don't know if I'm gonna be working here in a year, but I'm gonna need this day off, or this this block of days off. But yeah, this was an awesome recap. Thank you all.
One last thing. People, I'm taking my own advice. Fortify yourself before you go. The con crud is real. It sucks. I'm still fighting. You see him drinking Gatorade.
For a second, I thought that was a big bottle of like Dayquil. I was like, "What the hell is this man just chugging Dayquil?"
Oh, before we end the video, I want to tell a funny story. We got to talk about this story. But Rob, we love you. We were playing. Rob ran a game of Vert for us. Rob from Irregardless. And Dean chucked the dice at somebody.
Like literally, and
I did not.
And it was hilarious. But I just want to throw that out there. Rob, you awesome. You killed that Vert game.
Yes, you did, Rob.
I played a Robo Man that had a bladder problem, so he kept on peeing his pants. It was hilarious.
He kept oiling himself.
Yeah.
hey, oh, but I think that's another story for another time.
Shadow mode.
Well, the one last thing I want to say is that MCG, your guys are awesome. Like we can't say enough nice things about you. Not only are you the greatest gaming company in the world, you're so inclusive. You embrace everybody, and you've embraced to see you, and we truly appreciate it. I mean, I don't know. There's not enough words to describe how we feel about you guys. You know, from Shauna and Monty on down, your entire team is just the greatest. You know, I want to shout everybody's name out, but I know we don't have the time. But we love you guys.
Monty, Shauna, Bruce, Charles, Tammy,
Darcy.
Bear.
No, you're gonna offend someone you left out. Watch. No, anyways.
He left out like 6 people already.
Either way, thank you all so much. And again, especially a big shout out to MCG because you guys are awesome. And I'm so sad I didn't get to hook up with you guys this year, but next year. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to check the links down below for everything we talked about, including those recap videos. Even if we have to add them in later, we will. So even if you watch this later down the road, you know, maybe it might not be there now, but it will be there later.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
There we go. I knew I was blanking, but yeah, please like, share. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell to get the notifications when we post videos. And from us at the CU, we will see you later.